All right, come on back to your mats, please. I would love for you to join me starting today in a seated position. So, as we come back to our favorite spot for yoga, head outside if it's really nice in your area. Just slowly find your way down. I would like you to sit fully on your backside today for me. And if you get down, cross-legged or with soles of feet together, or even ankles and knees stacked, and you feel like your low back starts to roll out, you can put a rolled blanket or a thin pillow under your backside to help support the natural curvature of your low back. So let's get adjusted. I'm choosing a cross-legged position. You do what feels best for you. We're beginning with breaths today, my friends. Once you feel situated and the flesh is moved away from your sits and tailbones, we'll take a beautiful breath wide, opening arms and palms to the sky. Lift and lengthen. As you draw up through your navel and in with your breath, keep your ribs pointing down towards the floor so our spines stay very long. Clasp your hands behind your low back. Press knuckles towards the floor behind you, and again lift eyes. Lift through your chin so much that you feel your throat stretching. Might feel nice to lift a little through your chin to one side and the other. When you're ready, bring fingertips around the corners to each side. Try again, big breath in. This time we'll twist. As you exhale, fingertips float to the left side. Big breath, bracing against the floor in your left leg to help you sit very tall. Exhale, swivel more deeply, peeking over your left shoulder. Back to the center on an in-breath. As soon as you found center, rise and shine. Beautiful inhalation. Eyes following fingers, ribs stay down. Twisting to the right as you exhale. Really soft in our movements to begin today. Inhale, press out of hands, lift your crown, and then exhale, spinning eye gaze to the right. And as you swivel back forward, we'll take our fingers like a little sticky crawl forward. So reach and then reach some more. Each one helps you pull your body forward. Think Spider-Man fingers. I love to encourage you to be very curious and exploratory with your movements. You're welcome to find stillness everywhere, but you may enjoy swaying, gliding, moving as you breathe to discover sensation more deeply. Reach fully behind you this time. Walk hands up. Let them fall to the floor, tented flat or in fists, and lift from your chest. Feel your chest widen, your heart open forward. Open your navel, lift from your pelvis. Stay with your upper body, but switch your legs. You might like to extend them forward. Remember what leg you just had in front as you give them a little shake through. And then let's swap. If you had a stack or a cross of your shins, put the other leg in front or on top. If you were enjoying a little butterfly pose, come on back to that. To the center with me, yogis. Fingertips are wide, arms elevate, breath comes in. Drop your right palm and stretch far over to the right side. We're gonna leave our clip-on earrings in the 80s, so drop down that right shoulder and then reach up onto the diagonal. Come over your right knee, really reach. Leaving your sits bones down, let's land our hands around right knee and see if you can fall like a heavy Afghan draping over your right knee. Close out your stimulation, your distractions. Blink your eyelids closed for a moment. Come within. Like we're pulling the shutters closed and blocking out our windows to the world, taking a moment to connect with breath and reboot our energy, our attitude, our minds, and our bodies. Hands under shoulders, we rise, swivel back to the center. Let's try that on the other side. With breath, arms elevate, really lifting, belly in, ribs strong. Left hand falls, clip-on earring falls away, and we reach far to the right side. Are you able to plug your right sits bone down, very much anchored in so that we can extend away from that Once you feel that great anchoring, reach over your left knee, sending energy and breath from fingertips down through your right lower back. Inhale. And as you exhale, fall down softly over your left knee, as low as your body likes to go, remembering to honor your body, checking in with it all the time, asking it what it's craving, what it would enjoy. As you optionally blink your eyes closed, unclench your jaw, soften any of your edges. Let the focus and concentration lines from your face release. Come back up, hands under shoulders. Help yourself really feel supported today. Lean back and open everything forward from your pubic bone through your nose. Really lift, lengthen, and rise. And as you bring fingertips back forward, we'll take a little windshield wipe for our hips here, feet wide, knees swish side to side. I'm gonna ask you to try to sit on your shins for this next warm-up. When you feel pretty good in your hips, we're gonna swing around. You can still face me, but you'll have your knees together and potentially toes tucked for toes pose or untucked. Ooh, I'm gonna try the tucked version. That felt really good. Stay as long as you can if you tuck your toes. And if you want more intensity, you'll walk your knees forward. Did you see that? My knees were back here. I walked them forward. Now we're really feeling the bottoms of our feet. Our Achilles tendons, our ankles are getting warm. Well done, yogis. As you rise with the arms, remember to keep your ribs in check. So instead of throwing them forward, we'll keep them in, corseted together, facing down. So we're long in our spines. Arms open to goal post. Big breath in. As you exhale, fingers touch the back of your skull, elbows come together, and we drop chins to chest. A little pressure from our fingers pulling down through our necks. Inhale again, goal pose. Send elbows forward and fingers back as you exhale. Feel a scooping motion under your heart, like you're creating a shelf to lift your heart effortlessly here. Palms come together. Inhale. Drop elbows to navel, eyes follow thumbs, another rounding through our back body, lengthening through the back of your next breath. We open super wide. Stretch to the sky on your next breath. Hold your right wrist and lengthen up, up, up. Then tip over. Stay here in this beautiful side bend, or optionally, we're going to sway now over that left knee. A little reach to one side and a sway to the other. Coming back to the center, we're almost done. Hang on to toes pose. If you are considering leaving, just one more breath round. Inhale, lengthen left wrist high. Exhale, tip to the right. And during this exhale, take a little float, a little sway side to side here. Moving into your left lower back. Re-rise. Fingers float down, find tabletop, and come off of your toes pose. Congrats, yogis, that's a big one. Let the tops of your feet make some sound. Make some noise for yourself, a little drum roll. When they feel pretty good and alive again, let's stack something under our knees if they're uncomfortable, so you feel like you want to stay a while. Whether you roll your mat or you grab a blanket or a very thin pillow. From tabletop, my friends, spin your left fingers to face your left knee. Take a circle around here, feeling your body as it moves in this circle, distributing the weight to new places. Can you feel it all over your right finger pads? And you feel it left to right on the front and back of your left wrist. And as we move, racing through your core, lift up through your navel as if you're kissing your spine with your navel. And we'll connect the two, still breathing, still moving in our belly, but bracing to support our low backs. Circles in both directions, right? Okay, let's keep the hand as is, but just flip your palm to face the sky. Ooh, so nice. Moving forward and back here. Maybe a little side to side if that feels good. Favorite is my forward and back. Do what feels good always. Ah, very nice. All right, let's let that left wrist go. So I usually like to lift it and give it just a little fist and an open, maybe a circle. Relax for a second. And switch when you're ready. We'll swivel our right fingers all the way back, palm down, facing your right knee, or as far as it comfortably goes. And let's begin those circles, or if you've gotten tired of these, we'll roll in cat-cows. Exhaling, tucking and rounding into angry cat. I like to tuck and untuck my toes here as well, yogis. Inhaling, navel down, top of head and tail rise. Exhale. Always spending extra leisure time, good quality time somewhere if you encounter some tension. And we have 2 more breaths of whatever really makes you happy here. I'm going to go back to my circles. If you're circling with me, notice the weight distribution, staying present by really feeling what's happening as you move here. When you've had enough of that, we're going to flip this right palm to face the sky. Your fingers will still face back towards your knee. Usually that feels like, as soon as you flip your wrist, right? Enjoy. I'm going to move a little right to left, my fave. Do whatever feels nice to you, please. You're welcome to wiggle your fingers here or make a fist to feel sensation a bit differently. And as you're ready to let that go, give your hand just a little shake, a little rattle and roll. And we're going to come back to sitting on our heels, on our shins and toes pose, or tops of feet flat. Bring the backs of your hands together, fingers face down, and just give them a little tick-tock here. Going to loosen up the wrists. Now, yogis, from here, you'll pull your fingers towards your body. And as you roll them away from your body, pinkies will touch, palms will touch, thumbs will touch, and we'll roll again. So I'm going to come close to you so you can see what I'm doing in case this is confusing. Just rolling through the wrists. You stay where you are. We'll take this little roll. And then we also take it the other way. So when you feel good, we'll come in. Notice how pinkies, backs of hands, thumbs, we just keep rolling. Great desk exercise when you've done a lot of typing or mousing around the computer all day. Take a break and do this. All right, 1 more round of our tabletops. So when you're feeling pretty good, give them a roll if you need them. Come back to your wrists. If they get really tired, yogis, make fists for wrists, or you can always be on your forearms. Join me in your version of table. Tuck your left toes behind you, and let's give a little sawing motion forward and back. So nice for your left foot, your left ankle and calf. If you're at home and you have a wall near you, you can very much use it to your advantage by pushing into it. Just make sure if you do that your shoulder's pretty chilled out as you use it really strong. Let's send that left foot right out to our side bodies, about hip height, I should say. And then we're gonna roll to stand on our right shin, arms rise up. Leaning a little to the left, but let your left hand float down. No energy there, soft and heavy. Switch when you're ready, right fingers float down. Option, hover them for the core balance challenge. Switch again. Big inhale as we windmill the arms. Full breath in the opposite direction as you windmill the arms. Come on back. In the center, we land the hands right under your shoulders, but then we'll walk our fingers, yogis, towards our left big toe. Soften into your left knee and try to tug your hips back like you're pulling into child's pose. Bowing your head to deepen the sensation. And target your breath wherever you feel something interesting, whether it be your right side body or your inner thigh. Breathing, holding space for what you discover. Releasing anything that's ready to start getting rid of tension. Hands walk all the way back. We'll stay here, but we're going to thread our needle. Left arm comes under the right. This is kind of awkward to get in, yogis. You're going to walk your right arm forward and then walk that left arm out. We're trying to settle down here on our left temples. As you make your way down, if you need a little pillow or something, take the time to grab it so you're comfy. And then I'll flip my left palm to the sky. Feels really nice to me. Breathing in your twists, opening your hips and your shoulders, softening your left knee once more. Coming out when you're ready. Take a moment to bring hands under shoulders to support you. Left knee comes right back to that tabletop. You might need to lift your knees for a minute. If your right one got a little cranky with you, feel free to sit back in a crouch, wiggle around, take time to rub it if it needs it. To table we go in your time. Belly supports low back. Right toes step straight back. And we take that sawing motion forward and back. Ooh-wee. Is that what your right calf just said? Ooh-wee. Feels so good, doesn't it? You may enjoy using your props, your furniture, your walls. Oh, it feels so good to just push into it and hold that calf stretch. Okay, when enough is enough, we're gonna sweep our right leg straight out to our hip height and pause here for a moment, just feeling the right blade edge of your foot push down. Inner arch rise, knee is soft, and we roll to elevate. Standing on our left shins, big open arms in a V, so soften our shoulders here. Tip right arm, super casual, soft and effortless. Sometimes I put it behind my leg, sometimes in front, whatever feels nice for the moment. Shift when you're ready. If you'd like more support, fingers can find the floor. For a bit of the balancing core challenge, left fingers hover. With breath, one more round each way. I'm going to inhale in this direction. And then exhale to stretch the other way. Oh, it's a good side bend, yeah? One more big breath to take you to the sky. Plant your hands. As soon as they come under your shoulders, walk them to your right big toe as far as it feels good going. Soft right knee, bowing down. Through your ears, they're right between your elbows. Hips are tugging away from fingertips. Breathing where there is some excitement, some noteworthy feelings. Find that and really breathe into those spots. I like to think about lifting the bottom of my left shoulder blade and breathing under it. Pushing my left hip away, breathing into that space. When that's been enough, yogis, walk back up. Bring your right foot right on back underneath your hips. Find your table. And then let's all crouch together. Toes tuck. Hips shift back. Our knees will rise. I encourage you here to take just a little movement. I like to swing my knees side to side, working into your joints and your Achilles tendon. We'll lift our hips and find a forward fold. And as you drop down, the back of your body or your legs are feeling extra tight today, bend your knees a lot. You can create a little shelf for your chest to rest on here. We want to lose all the tension in the backs of our necks. Tucking chin towards chest, eyes towards knees, hang heavy. Holding on to opposite forearms or elbows for a little spin around the corners, or a tick-tock to the right and the left side. Unclench your jaw here, my friends. Soften your eyes. And as you rise very, very slowly so we don't get dizzy, keep that movement that you're enjoying, whether it be a sway or a swing. There are no rules here. We're just moving as our body feels really lovely doing. If you're holding your arms, keep that and reach up and overhead. Keep this little rolling happening here. A little twist this way. Little twist that our knees are soft here, our whole body's moving. There's no rhyme or rhythm to how you're moving. It's just to open and explore. Take one more big breath. And as you breathe out, open arms to the sides. Let them fall to mountain pose. Okay, let's come together again. Stepping to the top of your mats, please. From mountain pose, we sweep our arms to the sky on an in-breath, extended mountain. Can you press through the balls of your feet to lift out of your heels? One more. I lied, one more. Heels melt down. Now we float back to forward fold. Hands slide up your shins. Maybe they even find your kneecaps. And we're going to elevate our collarbones away from our hip points. Always soft in your knees. Next exhale floats us back to forward fold. Take a step back with your right foot and drop your right knee to the floor. Do you feel your right front hip opening? Anytime the floor feels like it was built too low in your house, get some blocks or some hardcover books or pillows to help you rise and feel supported. When you're ready, yogis, our right hand will reach out a bit so we can twist our left arm, either from the left thigh or to the sky. We're gonna take a little peek at wherever our left fingers have landed. If your fingers are elevated, I love some finger energy. So give me some spirit fingers or jazz hands. I like to make fists and flash my lights. I'll circle my wrists whenever they're extended. Just doing all the things that are great. Reaching off to the right side, take a big diagonal stretch away from your left knee. Soften through your left toes. Breathe deeply into your hips. As you find the floor again, left hand lands, right hand walks in. We'll elevate our right knee and move around to bring it back to life. On one of these movements forward, bring your back leg right on up for wide leg, forward fold. Rolling to the sky, yogis, take a big stretch back through mountain pose. Extended mountain pose. Heel toe your feet together, or you might like to step them or hop them. Lift out of your heels again. Give me some spirit in your fingers and float back to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. So light, as if your upper body's floating away uncontrollably from the lower half. Release into fold. Left leg takes that long step back. You might like to wiggle it back even further. Drop your left knee and find heaviness. Big exhale to sink in. Send some loving breath to your left front hip. When you're ready for your twist, left hand comes to the side. Right hand might like to stay on the right thigh or reach to the sky, whatever feels good for you. Maybe it's coming behind your skull or reaching behind you. This is your practice. You should do what feels best in your body. Take another breath in here. Stretch away from your right knee. Reach all the way over to the left. Open your right side body. Look where it feels good. If your neck feels strained, eyes down towards the floor. Landing right hand inside big toe. Left hand walks back in. We'll elevate our left knee, especially if you're on a hard floor. Move a little bit. Bring it back to life. On one of your sways forward, step your left foot outside left pinky finger, wide leg, forward fold. I'm still swaying, yogis. I invite you to join me or enjoy stillness if that's your cup of tea. Next inhalation rolls us to rise. We'll take that toe heel, step, or hop in. Big lift to extended mountain pose. It always feels good like a gymnast. Lift your heels and then exhale, release, forward fold. In your fold, pause. Grab the back of your leg somewhere. I'm using my calves. And think about this as an assist. We're gonna pull our crowns down towards the floor. Chin tucks, back of neck is wrinkle-free, very long and loose. Shake your head no, yogis. Give a big old no, as in I have no time for whatever might be holding me back today. Gently nod yes to all of the good your practice will bring in. Love, compassion, nonviolence, honoring yourself and everyone you come into contact with. Fingers fall. As soon as you have your wits about you from your head shaking, let's lift. Halfway, inhale. Exhale, release. Right leg, long lunge back. Elevate through the knee. If you feel more comfy, you're welcome to keep it landed. We're gonna stretch up to the sky. Big breath in. Right hand falls to reach towards our right calf. Maybe you do touch something back there. Left arm rises. Switch sides, same thing. Arms do a little sweep around. Left fingers reach back for the right something. Right arm rises. Eyes look wherever you enjoy. One more big slow sweep here. Inhale. Exhale, switch arms. From here, yogis, right fingers fall. Left arm rises, the same twist we just did, but now our back leg is elevated. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, stretch away from your left knee. Reach all the way to the right. Open your right side body. Release both hands inside left toes. Sway around, forward and back here, and swing your right leg into wide forward fold. Inhale to rise. Extending your mountain, maybe your heels rise again if that's something that felt extra good before. Why not? Release heels, fingers and body float to the floor. Inhaling, halfway lift. Soft knees, energy through the sits bones in your tail. Exhale, fall back to fold. Left leg, big, beautiful step back. Make sure you're feeling really wide, both left to right and front to back, supported in your foundation. Arms rise, inhale. Elevated lunge, eyes off the floor or the wall for a challenge. Up is a really big challenge. Let's start with the left arm, swim back, reach for the left thigh, knee or calf. Switch when you're ready. Right arm falls, reaching back as the left arm rises. Now we notice that sensation of ribs opening, right? So we feel the back bends happening here. One more big breath as you switch your arms any way it feels good. Left arm high, right arm reaching back. Stay strong in your breath, in your body, confident in your posture. Left fingers float to the floor. Right arm sweeps to the sky, lunge twist. Any arms, maybe you're cradling your skull. Maybe you have a goalpost arm. Reach to the left side away from your right knee, big breath in. Drop your right hand and let's turn, yogis, to the long side of your mat. We're gonna spin to wide leg, forward fold, and you might have to move your feet forward or back. If you had a ruler, it would be straight from the tip of one big toe to the other, straight line there. Great job. Let your head hang, and as you fold, if your forehead or your crown hit the floor, toe heel your feet closer together. Allow yourself to move around here just to feel a little bit of a deeper sensation. And then shift forward with both your hands and the balls of your feet to lift your heels. Shift back, maybe your hands fall back as well. Heels land, but balls of feet rise. And try that again, but to make it a little bit more fun, we'll reach our fingertips behind us this time. So we're gonna walk them between our feet, back behind our heels. All right, easier one first. We're gonna shift a little forward, lift your heels a little bit, or maybe not, it's fun. Shift your heels back. Can you lift the balls of your feet while staying soft in your fingers, shoulders, and facial expression? Great job, yogis. Fingertips come back onto your shoulders. Walk your hands to the right and turn your right toes out a bit. We're gonna frame that right foot if possible. Start to hang our head over the right knee. Now, if you feel any crankiness in your knees, start to swivel your toes in or out to accommodate, feeling really beautiful and soft in that joint. When you're ready, we'll lift halfway, still over this right knee. Left fingers stay down, right hand to the hip, or possibly to the wall behind you. When you feel support here, consider swiveling open. Still leaning to the right, but now we're twisting our body to the walls behind us. Top arm falls, frame that right foot, and journey back through the center. Turn your left toes out a bit. I turned my right toes in here. Frame your left foot and draw down with your crown. Like your nose is riding down the escalator towards your left ankle. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Walk your right hand out a little bit further from your left toe, and let's move our left hand maybe to our hip, our low back, to the wall behind us or the sky for this wide leg folded twist. Reframe the left foot, refold, and swivel back to the center, toes in, heels out a little bit. Refold here, yogis, finding a sense of release through your back body. When you're ready, you'll lift halfway, turn your toes out, heels in, and bend your knees. Find either a sumo or a goddess squat, whichever one you like to refer to it as. Take a little sway, bring some spiciness, spicy to the max in our thighs, and we squat like this. You can rise out and stay higher if you need to. We want to feel that bonfire begin to kick in, though, getting strong. Wiggle through your toes. Pull your knees out towards your baby toes. Sometimes they need a little help, a little guidance. One more big breath in here. I believe in you. All right, rise and shine. Stay with your wide legs, but lift out. That feels good. Tip to the right. Right hand to your hip. Might want to soften your knees here, and then we'll press out through that left hip. Come back to the center. Big V opening in the arms. Exhale, left hand to hip, lean to the left side, pushing out a little bit in that right hip. Beautiful job. Back to the center. Are you ready for one more big squat? Drop your shoulders. Yes or yes? Good, I knew you'd answer the right way. Come on down. Bring your fingers inside your thighs. I point my fingers down. I've seen people do it with fingers out. It's probably okay. What feels best for your shoulders? We're gonna push into the left hand. Drop left shoulder and peek to the right. Ooh, such a good twist, and you should feel really open in that left inner thigh. I'm hoping that's where you feel sensation. Breathe into it. Back to the center. One more slow one. Push with your right hand. Drop right shoulder and peek to the left. Soften your face, soften your toes again. We're gonna let go of what we do not need. Through the center, yogi, switch at your speed. Breathe in one way. Breathe out the other way. In and out. We're gonna go for 4 more really beautiful breaths, unless you prefer to linger longer. Try that one more time each way. So good. All right, back to the center, toes turn forward. Arms rise, our legs straighten. Would you like to hop in with me? You can toe, heel, or step, but I love a hop. Big breath in. Let's get moving and grooving. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Big, big breath. Fill your body. Let it all go, yogis, fold. Right leg steps back. Finding warrior 1. As you flatten that right foot, if you had a clock and under your belly is the 12, your right toes will face about the 10, okay? Let's rise up to our left thigh and lift up and overhead, sinking into a deep knee bend as much as it feels good, and then really pushing down through that blade edge of your back foot. Arms open to shoulder height. Stay where you are. Twisting, archer twist to the left side. It's just a little twist. Eye gaze, move left. Right hand finds your left outer thigh if you can. Left arm wraps around your low back. Push forearm in for a nice shoulder release. Use your right hand to help you wiggle around that corner a bit further. Breathing, staying bent in left knee, staying energized up through your back inner arch. Come back to center, big breath in. Clasp your hands behind your low back, press knuckles to chase the floor. Wrap around your left side body, stay low in your legs. Just a little tip here to the left. Soften face, unclench your jaw. Stand tall, but keep the arms. And then just your left ear this time. So rather than dropping it down, let's think about lifting your earlobe all the way over now. Body tall, neck really stretching. Breathe into the right side. Through the center we go. Good one, guys. Arms rise high. Big breath in. Lift your right heel. We're in lunge now. We let the fingers frame the left foot, pushing back to downward facing dog. Take a wiggle, take a shimmy, take a shake. Welcome to your first down dog. Holy cow. Took us a long time to get here. It was well worth the wait though, wasn't it? Shimmy around through your hips. You do what feels really good to you, my friends. All right, we're gonna come together in a sec. Keep on moving as it feels nice. Right knee bends a lot. Left leg stays straight, soft in your knee, but then you're gonna let your right hip just fall to the right side, kind of hanging here. Switch when you're ready. Left knee deep bend, right leg straight, soft knee. Left hip hangs off to the side. Back through the center we go. Roll forward into plank, shoulders align over our wrists. Knees come down for the first round, unless you've practiced these already today and you're feeling very warm. Chest descends all the way to the floor. Our inner arms are feeling our clothing. You're hugging close to body. Walk like a little caterpillar. Lengthen yourself out on your mat. Reach fingertips behind you. Really reach, yogis. Reach towards your baby toes and plug all 10 toes into the mat. Palms down, thumbs face away from your body. And then are you able to roll your palms away from your thighs, thumbs to sky? Thumbs up for yoga. As you press down through your lower half, elevate your upper. Tail pulling away from crown of head. Shoulders wide, collarbones really smiling. Big, beautiful breath in your baby cobra or your upper locust. Hands come down, pressing ourselves back into child's pose. Hips to heels, arms outstretched overhead, feeling our armpits hauling as we breathe good energy into our side bodies. Stay here if you love it, or join me in downward facing dog when you're ready to carry on. Right leg rises once you've found a cozy dog. Extend your right toes any heights. Just feel really good stretching out your hips, your left hamstring. Heel to butt. Curl your eyes under your right armpit. And turn your knee open. I like to think of this as a yawn for our hips. Come on back with your knee. Re-extend right leg. Look at your thumbs and try to step your foot right between your thumbs. If your foot got stuck somewhere, just grab it, hold it by the ankle, help it forward. And then when we rise, yogis, we'll press down through our left foot. Warrior one over here. If that clock was still under your belly, your toes would be pointing at about the 2 o'clock. Rise to right thigh. Elevate all the way. Deep right knee bend. If you feel unswivelable in your hips, widen your foot a bit and you might be able to get a bit more swivel, navel towards right knee. No worries if that doesn't happen in your body. Everyone's very unique and different and amazing. We just do what feels good. Arms fall to shoulder height. Twist to your right, a little archer twist. Right arm around low back as left fingers reach for your right thigh. Press that right forearm down and in. As you use your left hand like a little lever, breathe out, swivel eyes to the right. Come on back to me, big in breath. Let's celebrate the fact that we have these amazing bodies and our breath, that we woke up today to this gorgeous day. Clasp your hands behind your low back, maybe the non-habitual way. So all 5 fingers move over by 1. Stretch down, chase the floor. Wrapping around the right side body if you can. We'll take a side bend here. It's tricky because we don't want to rise, so we're staying in warrior one legs and then leaning to the right just a little bit. Well done. Come back to your body long and strong. Take your right earlobe up and then over the right shoulder. Oh, so good. Very beautiful stretch for not just our neck, but our left shoulder. Feel that? Breathing and enjoying. Through the center we go. Arms rise, left heel rises back to lunge. Step forward, yogis. One and done. It's our only vinyasa today. Toe heel feet back under hips width distance. Give your left knee a hug, either left hand or both hands, if you can. If we stay low, that's fine. We're just gonna move a bit through our knee, out and in, circle, up and down, whatever feels nice. Flex and point through your left ankle. Maybe you scrunch your toes and flare them back open. And if you're grabbing your knee and you're hugging it towards your belly, go the opposite way and push your knee in. Push your shin forward so you feel a tug on your shoulder blades. Good stuff. All right, yogis, a little variation here on our flower pose. Let's find star to begin. Arms wide, lean to the right, and poke your left toes out to the side. Star pose. You can always have toes down if you feel a little wobbly today. Find your width, find your length. Breathe in confidence. You got this. Let's grab a hold of the left top of our foot. If you're unable to reach it, no worries. Just keep reaching. Someday you'll grab it. Super job. Flower pose. We're going to grab our shin instead of the top of our foot. As you hold your shin, keep opening. You have flower petals, and they want to open in every direction. Awesome. Come back to standing. Keep everything you have, though. We're going to switch this left hand to the inner left thigh. Excellent. Now our flower pose again, but this time this hand is going to kind of push away. Pushing to open that flower petals, rising to the sunshine, up high in the sky. Nice work. Come on back to the center. Open the arms, lift your left knee, soften everything down at once. Whew. All right, the standing leg works hard, so let it have a little shake, a little rattle and roll. I like to roll my toes over. Yeah, feels good, huh? Okay. When you feel better, come back to me. Sweep up some way through the right knee. One hand, two, no hands. Move in all the ways it feels nice to warm your hip. Don't forget about your toes, your ankle. Flex and point. I might be dancing all around your mat like me. Work with your toes a little bit. Make them wide, scrunch them together. And if you have a good strong hold, push your shin into your clasp. Try to push your knee away from your heart. Great, great job. Let's extend. Star pose. Big V overhead. Right toes push away. You know you can step them to the floor and still lean. But we're going to go as wide and as long, as energized and as active as we can get in our breath, in our body, in our heart, really open. Right heel to butt. Reach for it. A little quad stretching star pose. The further you lean, if you feel like a really good hip crease on the left side, the more you're going to work that outer hip, and we call this one falling star. Let's move it into flower, grabbing your right shin, open your flower petals, very blooming and blossoming today. Switching just the right hand, we're going to hold the inner right thigh instead. Instead of holding it and pulling it, we're going to try to push it away a little bit. So I'm taking my hand and pushing. As much as I'm using my obliques on the right side and my right hip, arm is working. Beautiful job, yogis. Come on back to the center. Inhale, lifting that right knee. Fight the strong fight. I know you can do this. Exhale. Whoa. Drop all that away. If you're feeling hot, take a big open mouth to let it go. Stretch out your left leg. Do a funky dance. You just want to get loose in between all those balances. Good work. Okay, one more balance for us. Hug again on your left knee. Flex hard this time. We're crossing. You cross either your ankle, if you need your toes down, or your thigh. And again, use your prop. So if you wanted to use a wall, both hands are one, you can really sit back that way. Sitting deep into your hips for our standing figure four. Lifting up from your pelvic floor, your bathroom muscles switch on, and your lower abdominals, but still breathing. Great place to stay, right? I'm going to twist today, so join me if you'd like. We'll twist away from our bent knee. So on this side, twisting to the right. Option, hands to your feet, hands to your foot and hip. May like the challenge of coming into prayer with your left elbow on the bottom of your left flexed foot. Feel your breath coming down under your waistband, breathing in 360 degrees, front to back, top to bottom, side to side. Through the center we go, yogis. One leg extension forward to uncross. Arms are always your option. Extend them anywhere that feels empowering, emboldening, enlivening, recharging. Well done. Drop down. Oy, that is tough stuff. Shake out that grounded leg, do your funky wiggle. And when you feel really good, come on back and hug on that right knee. Okay, here we go. You know what's happening, but don't even think about it. Just be with your body, be with your breath. No expectations here. Flex strong in your right. You choose where it's crossing and how deeply you're sitting, what props you're using. I like to think of that exhale helping us sink, dropping weight from your face, your shoulders, helping that deepen your posture. Option to twist with me. Maybe it's just a peek to your left. Option to use your hands to deepen that. Or potentially a prayer with your hands, a flex in your right foot and right elbow would prop off of it to deeply lever you into this beautiful twist. When you've gotten to where you're going, what are you able to release, to soften, and enjoy the journey some more? Back to center when you're ready. One leg extension, arms anywhere. Stay strong. Release when you're done. Oh, balances, done and dusted. Good job, yogis. Shake it out. Give me one of those big sighs to release heat if you need it. When you're feeling pretty darn good, we're gonna take a yogi squat. Heels outside your hips width distance. I turn my toes out. So if you have the mat, you might have heels on, toes off. That's great. And then sink down to where you like it. Not a wide one this time. We're just gonna come just outside our hips width distance. Feel good here? Stay. You don't have to get any lower. Feel good lower? Come on down with me. Wherever you've landed. Let's try to lift our hearts. Sit our shoulders back over our hips. Pull our pelvic floors up. Think about stopping the flow of urine or like a suction cup lifting. We want to feel that support rising, coming into our lower abdominals. Fingertips may stretch out to the sides. Pressing into your inner thighs to open them. If you're up higher, it might not be your elbows pressing, it might be the backs of your hands. Take one more really beautiful breath in here, and then we'll go for 3 rounds, of course. Don't worry, it'll be fun, and I promise if you work hard, we'll get 3 breaks as well. Okay, one hand in front, one hand in back. Ease your backside down onto your mat. And when you get there, yogis, take a second to scoot or use your hands and super gently move the flesh out from under your tail so you don't feel pinched as we find our boat poses today. Yay! It's summertime still. We gotta do boat pose. All right, hold on to the backs of your thighs. Lean back, and we're just gonna check in with our balance here. Feeling flesh cleared out from under the bones, yeah? Cool. Hold on to your thighs, lean back. Tap just your toes down, lift your heels, please. And as you lean back, think about that elevator ride up, your navel rising up past your knees. As you hug your thighs, soften your shoulders. Let's just lift your right toes and then straighten your right toes if you can. Straighten your right legs if you can. Too easy to just straighten our toes. Rebend, replace those toes on the floor. Same with the left. Little lift, long leg extension. We're leaning back, we're working our core here. A little gentle in the beginning. Rebend, replace. Okay. Reach fingertips outside each of your pinky toes and try to stay just as lifted. If you get really tired, hug your thighs again to help you. Elevate both toes. Good work, yogis. Hang in. Lift them again. Bring your shins parallel to the floor. Can you flex your feet? Are you breathing? One of the most natural things in the world, and it's the hardest when we work our core. Stay steady with your breath. Legs straighten. Best you can. Hang on, 3 seconds, my friends. If the convulsions kicked in, you're in good company. Me too. Rebend, but don't touch your toes down. Hug your thighs and sit up. belly towards your thighs. I'm gonna call this active recovery. If you need it, full recovery is feet flat. That was it, round one done. We have 2 more. I know you can do this. Believe in yourself. Back to your active recovery if you took a full break. Reach fingertips outside your pinky toes and extend your shins again, flexing through your feet. Push left foot forward, rebend. Whew, that's a tough one. Push right foot forward, rebend. All right, eyes look at your big toes. Breathe in, left leg. Breathe out, right leg. We have 8. Who's breathing? 6. Stay strong, yogis. 4. 3 more opportunities to get our core kicked back into high gear. 2. Whoops. 2. 2. I know, that was so bad of me. Last one. Active recovery is here. Hug your thighs. Lift your chest. Let that heat go. Good work, yogis. So if you had to leave 5 minutes early, you get out of the last round of core work. It's 1:55 if you have to leave a little early today. If not, 1 more round of opportunity to strengthen our core. This is a fun one. Let's go, my friends. Lift your chest, reach your fingers outside your pinky toes. And as you extend your legs just a little bit on this one, we're gonna crisscross our ankles. I like to point toes. Now think of each one. If your knees are bent, think about squeezing in your calves and outer shins. If you can straighten your legs and do it, think about squeezing inner thighs and outer thighs. We're gonna go, no tricks this time, I promise, for 8, 7, 6, 4, 2, and 1. Well done. Hug in, let your feet fall, whatever feels good. I like to fall into butterfly and then float forward. Oof. Tuck your chin to your chest. It's hard work. We've been off for a month. Coming back to that is very hard. So pat yourself on the back. Kudos to you, yogis. All right, we're done the front core, but we're gonna wrap around to the back side. When you feel stretched out and recovered, let's lie back on our backs. If you can stay till 2 with me, we're gonna ease our way down, finish in some bridges today. Re-clear that flesh from under tail, roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Bring your knees into your chest and take a little rock side to side to massage your spine. Let it be happy again, stimulate it, reward it for the hard work it just did. Ooh, that was great, guys. Welcome back. Heels fall, feet are flat. Try to reach down, and can you tickle or touch your heels? That's a good spot for them to be. Let's walk our big toes to touch today, please. Inner thighs will squeeze as if you've got a piece of paper between your thighs and you don't want to let it slip out. Arms wide. You might like to keep them close if you're going to bring them under your back in a second. Hips rise. Push through your heels. Articulate your spine back down. Roll from top of spine down through tailbone. Reverse that. Tailbone rises, low back rises, middle upper back, you're up in bridge. Tuck your chin to your chest, lengthen back of neck. Re-articulate again. Roll top to bottom. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. I know you're working hard. Roll bottom to top. Final round, and we stay. Down you go. Up you go. And let's clasp our hands under our low backs if you like that. Once your hands are clasped, you rock side to side and really tuck your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Chin to chest, and then we'll lift both of our heels. Press through balls of feet. Keep squeezing inner thighs. Fill up with breath, yogis. Whatever feels extra spicy, send your breath directly to that spot in your body. Exhale, release a little. Heels melt down, left toes rise. Push them through your ceiling. Very strong boost through right heel. Rebend, replace that foot right next to the right leg. And let your right knee rise. Toes push to the sky. Left heel so strong it's boosting your hips to the sky. Rebend right knee, replace. Hands come open. Shoulders walk back out. Realign your spine long into the mat. Take feet wide, knock your knees together, steeple pose, we call this. Arms can stay wide at your sides, or I like to bring them to fingertips almost touching overhead, letting your shoulders and your chest relax. Feet scoot back in, do a little heel toe or toe heel back under your knees. And whichever side feels best today, just gently turn to one side. The traditional way would be turning right so that your heart sitting in that left side of your chest can kind of hammock down and release heavily as you find the fetal position, the death of our physical practice, the rebirth of our yoga off the mat, our spiritual practice, moving with breath focus, moving with an open-hearted sense of kindness and compassion towards yourself and others. Use your top hand to press down to the floor and roll you around the corner. We're going to slowly rise here. Once you've gotten to your hands and feet, take a little rock in a crouch, lifting your hips, find your way to standing. And then on an in-breath, roll your heart open, press your palms in prayer at heart center, and most importantly, tuck your chin. Eye gaze comes down in a simple gesture of gratitude for your practice, your thank you to this amazing vessel you have and how it carried you through your practice amazingly today. My bow is to you. My light honors yours. Thank you for the opportunity of allowing me to guide you, and namaste, yogis. Have a beautiful long weekend.